Hello friends, this is Sukhmani from Sukhmaniimmigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, very excited. Why? Because today is Wednesday. What happens on Wednesday? Wednesday, every alternative Wednesday. What comes? Express entry. Yes, express entry results come. And today also we have an express entry draw. I will share entire details, analysis about this draw. But before that, a small request. If you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. And please press the bell icon so this video comes to you immediately when we upload. So without further delay, let's get started on the important express entry draw. This is 5th express entry draw of 2023. So in this draw, every draw has a number. This draw number is 241. So now let's straight away jump on to what the government website says. So here is what the government website says right in front of you. So sometimes it is little difficult to understand from here and read from here. So the same information I am presenting slowly and sequentially in a highlight form. So let's see the highlights. The first thing, this draw happened today, which is 15th of February, Wednesday. Second, the number of people invited in this draw are 699. Third, this draw is a PNP draw only. Only PNP candidates are invited. Third, and now fourth, CRS. CRS score was 791. Very, very high CRS score. Very high. 791. Now, if we compare this CRS score to the previous draw, there is an increase by 302 points as compared to the draw on 2nd February. And the tie-breaking rule is 8th February 2023. So this is the basic information about the 5th express entry draw. But from this point onwards, you will get more detailed information. So what is that detailed information? Let's do the maths. I know people get scared. They always get scared when they hear math. I just love it. But don't get scared. The numbers are very important in express entry. So let's see this mathematics. The CRS cutoff score in this draw was 791. And you know this is a PNP draw, which means every candidate who got into the draw has a PNP nomination. So when you have a PNP nomination, you get 600 points. So without PNP nomination, the score of the candidate was only 191. Can you believe it? 191. Just because he has got a PNP nomination, he has got a ticket to Canada. So this much is the importance of the PNP nomination, because it gives you 600 points. So now let's see, sometimes people get confused. Express entry, within express entry there are subcategories. So let me explain you the categories so you can understand the draw better. So within express entry there are two components. There is a federal component, there is a provincial component. The federal component, there are three various categories. The three categories are federal skilled worker, CEC, and the third one is federal skilled trade. These are the three categories. Now, the CEC category is the one where you see it is Canadian experience class. So somebody who has already in Canada worked here and then applied for express entry. Those are the candidates who come under the Canadian experience class. Under the provincial, I have so many videos on PNP and I'll keep making more. I get so many requests, make video on this PNP, make video on this PNP. I'll try to make more videos also on the PNP, but in general, I do have a general what is the PNP, right? What are the meanings? I have all these videos available. You can watch them. So PNP, Provincial Nominee Program. It's basically divided into two major components. One component is express entry linked, other one is without express entry. The one which is express entry linked gives you 600 points. That is the reason, and this is the PNP draw. So previous draw was federal skilled worker only draw, and if the government doesn't specify any program, then it is all program draw. Anybody can come. So now let's have the information about total number of candidates invited. So total number of candidates invited so far are 15,892. Draw by draw, date by date information. So you see 11th January is the first draw of 2023. 18th January was the second draw. Both these draws, 11th and 18th January, are all program draws. But after that, on 1st February, they did a PNP, first PNP draw. 2nd February, immediately next very day, they did federal skilled worker draw, which has never ever happened in the history. So first time ever in the history they have done federal skilled worker only draw. Again they moved on 15th of February, they moved back to the PNP draw. So this is the information right in front of you. Sometimes it is difficult to understand from the chart, so the same information is in picture form. So you see green big towers. Those green big towers are all program draw. The blue towers, the small blue towers, are PNP draws. And the red tower, the middle red tower, is the federal skilled worker draw. So these are the number of people invited. Now let's look at the CRS score. So when you have a PNP draw, your CRS will jump. So the same information is there in this. So when there was an all program draw, you see the green towers. When the CRS increased because of PNP draws, the blue tower went up. So this is CRS information. Now, what do you understand from the trend? It is very important that IRCC may start the individual draws also. You never know. And although for years they are following this formula of alternative Wednesday, I don't think they will follow anymore. Maybe they'll come up with a draw any day now. So patterns is not clear yet, and draw can come anytime. And next draw, which is a very important thing. So please focus here, because next draw can be federal skilled worker draw, it can be Canadian experience class draw, federal skilled trade draw, it can be a PNP draw, it can be all program draw. Nobody knows. Only God knows and only IRCC knows. So, but one thing I can predict, that definitely they will maybe coming very soon with a Canadian experience class draw or a federal skilled trade draw. So now the other important thing is the CRS distribution. So from the government website, here is the CRS distribution. So distribution means total number of candidates who are there in the pool, express entry pool. So there are, as of today, 15th February, as of today, 240,000 plus candidates are there. Very difficult to understand these small numbers. Now let's look at the same thing in the bigger pattern with the graphical representation. You see here is the graphical representation of those 240,000 candidates which are in the express entry pool. You see major category belongs to 451 and 401 to 500. The same information if you see here in another chart form, which is the range. So in this range, 600 to 1200, there are 725 candidates, and 500 to 600, 1400 candidates. These candidates, if the PNP draw comes, they will be picked, because they they have the PNP with them. They have the PNP nomination with them. Without PNP nomination, you cannot get 600 points. And the next lot, which is very important, is here is the major chunk. If you see 64,000 people and 60,000 people respectively between 451 and 500 range and 401 to 450 range. So someone who is having a score around 475, 480 will get picked if the federal skill draw happens or if the all program draw happens. So I mean, there are various ways to increase your CRS points, and sometimes people don't even make the profile correctly. So if you want to discuss your own profile, if you want to talk about any of the visa or immigration cases, you can set up an appointment with us. Our office is located in Brampton. Email ID, address, phone number. Everything is shared right here with you. Very important thing. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Our team puts lots of effort to bring all this information to you, and thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.